My homies, so you guys really fucked with the whiteboard video before, so I'm back in my lecturing bag, right? And I've come up with something cool here for you guys. For this video, I want to talk about things that make you instantly stylish. So, before we can get into that though, because I've been coming to this question quite a lot with my personal consultations with the clients I'm working with, when they really come to me and sort of ask for the help with dressing them more to be more attractive and sort of finding their own personal style, I think we should first and foremost ask ourselves, what is stylish in the first place, right? Because you can be trendy and stylish, but you can also be stylish without necessarily following any trends, right? So I don't want to make you guys think that you need to kind of partake in trends and everything like that in order to come off as being stylish, because that's not necessarily the case, right? You don't have to portray yourself in like any specific TikTok trends or anything like that in order to look stylish. Because if you look at this, right, this is obviously like the meta of fashion. You can see we've got like the jorts with a carabiner, and then you've got like the dunks here, I think, and like a Stussy crochet kind of long sleeve, and then now you've got like more traditional kind of solid staples here with like the tailored trousers and like the button up and like the dress shoes and stuff like that. So when I say stylish, right, guys, in this video I'm going to cover my fashion cheat codes. So I have 3 cheat codes here, and the reason I like to call these cheat codes here is because these are going to essentially alter your external perception, right? So the 3 things I'm going to talk about here that are going to make you instantly stylish, it's going to make sure the way people see you, like the aura you give off, like the kind of external perception people have of you, right? I want to make sure this instantly elevates that and gets you dressing to like the way you want to. And it's also going to improve your self-confidence, right? Because that's one of the coolest things about fashion, right? This is something that you can just instantly see the impact in like the way you walk, the way you hold yourself when you're really dressed like that nigga, like, when you really feel like you're that dude. Like I can't tell you guys, I can't stress enough the fact that when I'm really dressed in a way that I feel like is my best and like I'm comfortable and like most attractive, like I just can't stop grinning, bro. Like, look at this man here. I just cannot stop grinning, right? And I thought this was a cool photo to share as well in terms of like things that I consider like very stylish, right? But with the third kind of cheat code, or the third reason why I call these things cheat codes, I should say, is because they're quick. They're quick and easy to implement. The 3 things I'm going to talk to you here, guys, you can instantly put these to use and action as soon as you're done with this video. So what are those 3 pillars? I'm going to talk about layering, proportions, and unexpected. And I know this one's like, the fuck does that mean, unexpected? But I will go into detail later, guys. But layering, proportions, and unexpected. These are the 3 things I want you guys to take away from this video that you can instantly add to your kind of way and technique of outfit composition in order to be instantly stylish, right? So the first point here, layering. What do I mean when I say layering? What else could I mean when I say layering? This, I think, honestly, is a very underutilized technique or like style in like building your outfits, like outfit composition, right? Because the key thing that layering does, and I think this is going to be something that you see repeated quite a while for me, right? Because I think the key thing in being stylish, right, is just having outfits that are visually interesting. Like, look at this outfit, right, with the number of, like, just look at the amount of things that's going on. It's pleasing for the eye to look at in terms of, you've got like the t-shirt here, then you've got like the jacket here, then you've got like the coat on top of that, then you've got the layer. Like, it's just a very cool outfit to look at, right? And you don't necessarily have to layer to this extreme. Well, I encourage you guys to kind of get in your bags, and like really like push it, get unhinged with it, right? Even something simple like this is awesome kind of look. Just layered with like a simple white tee, with a zip up hoodie, and then he's got like the really baggy, I think these are like the Adidas Balenciaga collab, if someone can kind of let me know in the comments. But even this is like a really cool kind of outfit, thanks to the fact that just a simple layered zip up hoodie adds so much to the outfit, right? And I want you guys to kind of expand this concept outside of just your typical shirt and jacket. Because I know a lot of you guys might have heard of layering before, but I want you guys to start thinking about how you can layer and visually stack in more aspects of your outfit. So for instance, this here is what I consider layered, right? You can see the jewelry here is layered, which makes it look very nice, very interesting to look at, right? And then even just the fact he's got like the long sleeve tee underneath like the short sleeve tee here. This is also a nice fact of layering. And then here, layering with the accessories, again, with like the hat on top of like the bandana. This is just awesome, because layering in creative ways like this is what differentiates you from like the normal person. These are kind of the things that most people don't, like your typical NPC is not thinking about to that extent. And we ain't typical up in here, you know? Like, if you guys are watching this video, I know you're the type of person that really kind of like goes in depth and really wants to analyze and dress to their best, you know? Because if you understand the power that fashion can give you in terms of dressing to your attractiveness, dressing to boost your attractiveness, right? Boost your confidence, make you just more capable and able to take opportunities, right? Because you really feel like you're that dude, right? You understand that fashion is critical in getting you to that type of level that you're looking for, right? And if that's something you're interested in, you can book a call with me, link in the description. I am taking clients on and sort of helping people really elevate their style and get their swag to that next level, right? Because it takes time to really understand exactly what your personal style is and how to kind of build outfits in the way you want to, right? But the second pillar I'm going to talk about here, the second key I'm going to talk about in terms of instantly making you stylish, right? What did we say before, guys? We said proportions, right? So this is something that I really, really want to hammer down in this video, right? I think proportions really is one of the key things that really differentiates like a really swaggy, stylish person from like a normal person, right? Because stylish people are always pushing the boundary in every aspect with their fashion and especially with their proportions, like what I say here, experimental proportions, right? And that's so key because these proportions, switching up the proportions and diverging away from like expected silhouettes, this is what makes your outfits very interesting. Look at this, for instance, right, with the zip-up jacket here. You can tell it's like a cropped proportion here. And already, just looking at this, because of the difference in the proportion, you can even see my dude in the back, right? This is what it typically looks like. It's a lot more kind of longer and more flared out. But here, having it more streamlined, cropped, streamlined to the body, just looking at this guy here, you can't help but just on the outside looking in, you can't help but associate this like with positive sentiments like, okay, this is like a fashion forward dude. This is like a stylish dude. This is like a swaggy dude because the proportions are different than your typical standard looks, your typical silhouettes. And here with my boy Cardi, I just had to include this in, right? I don't know if you guys remember when Cardi pulled out with this sweater. I think this is like the Raf Simons sweater, right? But bro, everyone in the grandma was wearing this when he pulled up in this, right? And I think the reason this really went hard as it did is just because of how interesting the proportions are in terms of the silhouette of this. It's very like baggy, flowy, and you can see the sleeves overhang the actual like hands, right? So it's already different than your typical sweater in that regard. And that's why it comes off very stylish because the proportions, and look, Cardi's layering here as well. What did we say before? The last point, guys, layering, right? But just because of the way the silhouette and the proportions of this sweater are so different to the norm, it's perceived in such a much more fashion forward type of way, right? And then with the proportions, right, just some more examples of proportions you guys can kind of look at in terms of elevating your fits. Flared pants and drop shoulder tees, right? This is like also cool kind of way to switch up proportions for some of your typical garments. Flared pants, I'm not really like a fan of per se, but I do like the way some people do styling, but I just don't think it speaks to my personal like style language, right? Drop shoulder tees, I do love. I think this is a very cool like streetwear, casual lounge type of shirt. Like I really fuck with this. But if you really think about it, right? This whole concept of experimental proportions, this is like the design philosophy for a lot of high fashion houses like Balenciaga and Miu Miu. Balenciaga per se, in the fact that these guys love doing like, you know, they love stretching the bounds of like how long can shirts be, how baggy can pants be, how big and chunky can shoes be. And Miu Miu kind of loves stretching the bounds of like, you know, how big and exaggerated can like glasses, like lenses be. And if you think about that, proportions, they are really experimenting and playing around with their proportions, you know? Proportions. That's like the biggest thing that I think can really up your game and make you guys just more locked in and more stylish. Your proportions, like if you motherfuckers can remember one thing from this video, proportions. Play around with your proportions, right? And obviously, when you're kind of experimenting and you're pushing the bounds with what's kind of, you know, stylish per se, you are going to end up doing a few things that might be a bit goofy. I'll be real with you guys. Especially when you're pushing the bounds with like, you know, things like how baggy can shirts be, how baggy can pants be, how skinny can shirts be, blah, blah, blah. You have some looks where you'll be like, okay, what the fuck happened there? But those are also the points where you'll be able to discover what works with you. And if you don't ever push yourself to those boundaries and just stay with what's safe and what's comfortable, you'll never find your personal style, guys. You'll never find your personal style. But the last point I really want to talk about here is unexpected. And this one's a bit hard to articulate and kind of like put down on paper for you guys. But I think the key thing when I say unexpected, like adding some flair of unexpectedness to your outfits to be stylish, I think it's just because some aspect of chaos in outfits I think is very attractive and pleasing to the eye, right? Obviously, there's extremes to this. That's why I put this guy here, Alton Mason, who is like a supermodel. I think he was the first black model to walk for Chanel back in 2018, right? If someone can like fact check that for me. But this guy is like a king of unexpected, right? He just puts together looks, outfits, pieces that are just like on paper they should not work or look good together. Like for instance, like this dude, like this look here, on paper, visually look at this. On paper, this should not work at all. One, maybe that's because this guy's like top tier genetics, right? Like very handsome dude, right? No Diddy. But for some reason, it just works when he does it, right? Like just look at how it works when he does it. And you don't have to be this extreme with the whole flair of unexpectedness to your outfits. You can be a bit more subtle with it. That's why I put this example here. I really love this look here because typically, this is like a nice, cool outfit here. But you would expect him to be wearing sneakers or some type of dress shoes here. But look what he's got on. I don't know what these bitches are called, right? But this is not what you'd be expecting this dude to be wearing, right? And because of that element of unexpectedness, it just makes his whole outfit and makes him perceived as like a much more stylish person, you know? But you don't have to be extreme like Alton Mason, like I'm saying, in terms of the unexpected type shit he'd be doing, right? Unexpected can be just wearing things outside of the norm or outside of your city's culture or usual style of dressing. So for instance, right, this is like an unshanka. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. If I'm saying that, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. This is like an unshanka, like a Russian type hat, right? But this dude lives in Australia and he's wearing this. And when you look at this, anyone in his locality, or even anyone generally on the internet that doesn't live in Russia, will look at this and be like, wow, this is very stylish because he's wearing something unexpected. Not a lot of people out there wearing shankas, you feel me? So this is something that just comes off very stylish and very fashion forward. But you're probably wondering, okay, I do agree in the fact that unexpected and, you know, being chaotic with the outfits is like a cool way to be stylish, but where do you even get the ideas to kind of be unexpected or get ideas to like wear things like this, right? Wear things like this. And you can only get that from actually educating yourself on the possibilities of what's already happening in the fashion space. So you have to get an idea of exactly what is even out there in the first place in order for you to get more creative and then to start subverting people's expectations of wearing unexpected shit, you know? So if you guys are really interested in kind of pushing your style even further and dressing the most attractive you can book a call with me, the link in the description. We can have a free strategy session and we can sort of look at what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and really just help you guys take your style to the next level. But essentially, I really want to just iterate on those three things for you guys, right? In terms of like how to be very stylish, focus on layering, proportions, and unexpected. But that's going to be it, guys. It'll be a quick video. I don't want to waste your time, and see you guys next time.